Hey everybody, Tom Selleck for the win here with a quick update on the progress of the build on the Reddit server. When last you saw me, I was blowing stuff up in the mine. I'm back, and I'm going to show you a little progress. When I showed you the roof of this last, it was just metal grating from the trussing, is all you saw. That has since been filled in with wood in some certain spots to save a little weight and save some time. I've also made some additional additions. I've added a little bit of extra metal to sturdify it, especially in the corners and along the front here. You can't see, but underneath that is all metal now. I've added a beam down below that you can also not see. I actually added two beams directly, well here you go, directly underneath this. This now runs all the way to the ground. The way the building physics work in this game is a block is only as strong as the block it's touching. So if I have iron on wood, it loses a good percentage of its strength in terms of its ability to hold blocks, like where I'm hanging the adobe off of it, or I'm having these long runs. So by running this all the way to the ground, and running all of these main supports all the way to the ground, I'm gaining the maximum strength as it comes from the ground. The more iron I have here, even though I'm stacking adobe on top of it, will pass on some of that strength to the adobe, as opposed to if I stacked the adobe just on wood. The physics are rather complicated, I'll be perfectly honest. After hours of study, I don't understand all of them. I've watched videos, I've seen people do algebraic equations on it, and I just don't have the patience to learn it, and sit here with math. To plan this out, I already broke out graph paper to make sure that everything was even Steven, so that's enough for me. So maybe we'll hop down here quick, since you've kind of seen the top as I wandered around. I got my little makeshift hay bale and wood frame ladder. There we go. That's not quite done with half of the front. It'll be the same on the other half. I'm not sure what I'm doing with the sides yet, if I'm going to continue with this exact same pattern on all four sides, or if I'm going to do something else. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the columns to work out exactly because I have an even number of blocks in the base. That wasn't something that I foresaw in the first place. Hey, I'm not an engineer and an architect, so give me a break. But we'll figure something out on the sides. Maybe they'll just be solid. I'm not really sure yet. If we go inside, we have a couple of options. This here in the middle, we're going to have a big support column that shoots straight up in the middle here. But there's going to be room around the outside of it to get around. It's kind of like my little maintenance room, and I'll probably put a door on it so I can get out up here. But I have installed a ladder with some hay bales down below. Eventually this will be a little walled-in room as well, just like a maintenance access. This is going to be my house. I believe I discussed this in previous videos. I'll dig all this out. I'll put wood flooring in, pending I have time before the server reset in February. You've seen this most of the time before, other than, like I said, these two additional poles here. There's a good chance there's going to be some other additional poles on each of the four sides accomplishing the same basic thing. So the amount of metal trussing in here is quite phenomenal. I don't know if the video does it justice. I've probably got about, including the time I spent in the creative mode to plan all this out, I would say 50 plus hours into this. If that seems like a lot, it's because it is. But I kind of set my mind to do something. I decided I was going to do it. I thought maybe if nothing else, getting a really cool build might be kind of a good way to put my channel on the map, so to speak. Maybe get some more subscribers and whatnot. So that was semi goal here. I have had a couple of people ask me offline, friends that watch the videos, how do you build? So what I'm going to do to finish up the video here is I'm going to go ahead and adobe up this column. It's not real exciting. A lot of you probably won't find any joy in this whatsoever, and that's fine. I understand that. But for those of you who are interested, this is what we're doing. Basically, it's nothing too exciting. Just placing block after block. We use our elevator technique that I've discussed in my beginner series. If you haven't seen that, you should. And we just keep going. There it goes. Can be a little finicky and get it all placed. So we'll place these, and then we'll move up high and show you how to do, or what I got way up high. So that's basically how I would do that all the way up. And of course, this one I would, actually, we can reverse order here. There we go. So do that all the way to the top. Have to elevate it a couple of times. Fun, exciting stuff. Let's go high. I don't like setting these wood blocks on those, because when I'm taking them down, I have a tendency to, because you just press E over and over and over and it picks them up. I have a tendency to pick up those bottom ones and end up breaking my leg by falling, so we're going to avoid that today. We're going to get you a sense of how high up I made this. The answer is very, in case you hadn't figured that out for yourself. Here you go. It's quite the room with the view. You can see as far as the draw distance will show you. If you look off to the right, that little hill right there is my mine, where I had dynamite. The entrance is over there in the hole. You can see that little section right there is the hole that I blew in it. So, yeah, you can get quite a distance. This whole top's going to be a platform, a pretty big platform around the whole top. It's going to hopefully be mostly wood frame with some metal trussing to reinforce it. And I'll be able to run around up here. I'm not sure I'm going to allow much for visitor access. This adobe is extremely fragile. I'm actually even afraid to walk out on this. I'm afraid that it won't stick with my weight on it. I've got this maxed about as far as it can go with everything, so as beefy as I've got it with all this trussing, it's a lot of weight. And the higher you go, for some reason, the more precarious things are. So I'm quite a ways up here, so I don't know, I guess we could walk out here. Oh, it's okay. It's not falling. I'm not gonna lie, it made me a little nervous. When I'm working real up high like this, not so much at this platform down below, but if I'm working out on the edge, I get a little sweaty palm, even though it's just a video game. You definitely get a realistic sense of the height imparted upon you, or at least as realistic as you can from a video game with so-so graphics. But you can see my farm down there, planted with goldenrod right now. You can see into the wasteland. It's pretty cool. So, that's where we're at right now. We are a good couple of weeks, I would guess, away from completion, weeks of real time. I still have to lay wood frames. I'm putting a second layer on all this floor. As of right now, it's only one layer. We're going to do a second layer on the floor, and the reason we're going to do it with wood frames is because I've said before, they're much easier to make. So we'll just continue this wood frames all the way throughout, and then we're going to set adobe along the top of it the whole way. Adobe is a real pain in the ass. It takes forever to make. I've only got another, 200 or so here. Up here, I got like 275 total adobes left. This is 36 by 36, this whole base. So that's going to take more than 275, obviously. Plus I still have to do that, and then the other three sides. So to make like 500 adobe takes several hours of work. It's not, I mean, it's not easy. Just for the sand alone, to make adobe you need 5 sand to make 4 adobe, is how it works out. And to get the sand you have to go and literally dig it with a shovel, 1 scoop of sand at a time. So I've got a lot of work to do. I've actually, I don't know if you can see it from up here, I'll try to show you. I've kind of exhausted the, you can see down there. Well, you can see where the sand is the white, and then you can see all the clay from where I've dug the sand out. I don't think we're close enough to see where. I can kind of see right there. I've done that whole bank as well. So I'm going to continue over there, and I'll probably end up wiping out both sides of that whole bank, at least as far as our eye can see. It's going to be literally thousands and thousands of blocks. I mean, I don't know, 3,000-4,000 by the time I'm done. I'm estimating. Maybe that's a little too much. But I know I've already dug out close to 1,000, and I'm not there yet, so it's a hell of a big project. I hope it's cool enough that people appreciate it. If nothing else, it'll be fun for me. Hopefully I don't give up. Hopefully I get done. Hopefully you keep watching. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a like. I don't care if you liked it or not. I just care if you click like. It makes me feel good about myself. I also care if you subscribe. I care if you keep watching. I care if you give me attention. I crave your attention. I need your attention. Until the next episode, this has been Tom Selleck for the win! Signing off.